Okay, hi, it's me, and welcome back to another K drama review. We're gonna discuss Romantic Dr. Kim Season 2, Episode 1. Now, this just started to air like a few days ago, and it's a cool drama. And I just watched Season 1. Nevertheless, we're gonna review it, and we're gonna act like professional people, and we're gonna enjoy this. Okay, so, Episode 1. Start over of everything. We see this scene where this young medical student, I'm just gonna place her photo here, and some scenes as usual. She is watching a surgery happening in the hospital, and somehow Dr. Kim, if you've watched season 1, because I've watched it, you'll see that he enters the room and somehow something happens in the surgery, and he was able to figure out what was happening. And he told this lady doctor that, hey, if could you run fast, could you give this and blah blah. So he wrote on her notebook, and she gave the tip to that doctor, and they were able to save the patient. Anyway, after that, we're gonna see yeah. So the reason as to why Dr. Kim is there is because he's short-staffed. If you remember from the last, they're gonna have a recap on this episode 1 that they explain what happened to the previous doctors that were there before. That they had, some of them went to overseas, some of them did this and did that. So when that happened, we will see that the main girl, actually has problems when she enters operating rooms. Like, she tends to get nauseous. I think she has I don't know, like she just faints. And as this happens, her like supervisor, I guess, exists in, well, like the main doctor who's like in charge of her was like, you have two options. It's either you become suspended, or you'll be transferred to a branch hospital. And well, when she learned that the branch hospital was Dr. Kim's, because they had an encountership where she asked him how he knew what was happening during the surgery that they watched together, because she was like, wow, that's so cool. But then he rudely answered her, so she is kind of scared of him, but she has no choice. So she went there. She went to the hospital, and she was gonna apply for the position since they are lacking in Doldum Hospital. There is a situation with the main guy. So actually, the first scene opens up with him fighting up with this crazy dude in the subway, and it was so cool that he knows like what is happening with the guy, and he was telling everybody to just not call the police but to call the hospital because he's not feeling well. And when he was brought up to the hospital, it was crazy because the ER place was like, everybody was like all over the place, and the doctor was like, like she's not in her right state of mind. And we see Dr. Kim who tried to save the day. Like, he was not doing anything. He was just checking under the patients. He wasn't doing any procedures. He was just checking on their statuses just to get an update as to what to do. And he's ordering the other doctors to, like, this is what you do this, do that. So yeah, basically he's not doing anything. He's just helping out. So, but as it is said, this is not allowed in like any hospital. Like, it's against the law since he doesn't work in the hospital. So the main like doctor of the ER department got mad, but then he explained that nothing happened. Like, and let's not forget the main guy. He is currently like a part-time doctor there. The issue is the reason as to why this happened is because his background, he was under the wing of one of his like senior doctors, right, who made his own hospital, and he has issues because he tried to make something like, I'm so sorry for the background, I live near the airport. Anyway, so yeah, The reason is because like he was a whistleblower. He exposed what the doctor did in order to get more money from patients, and like I think it's a brave thing to do, because to be able to do that is like amazing, and it's cool because not everybody could pull that off, but he did that because not only was like he did sabotage his his mentor, his a fellow doctor's career, but the thing is he's also saving a lot of patients from being fooled by a doctor. So the colleagues are mad at him, and everybody's like blaming him and stuff. And there was a situation where he was like joking around, and the doctors took it too seriously, that he was selling something cheap and etc., and they were not happy about it. So they used this petty conversation as an excuse for him to be fired. And I feel bad because, like, it's his job and he's going through a lot just because of, trying to be a whistleblower. And of course, he and the main girl has some like history before, like they were classmates, I guess, and it was so cool. They had a lot of moments, and I'm so excited for this new K-drama because I find it amazing that it's still airing, and I'll try my best to catch up, and we'll watch it together, we'll talk about it, and yeah, basically that's it. So by the end of the video, before I forget, so since the main lead guy was fired, he was working at a internet cafe, right? And then he saw this like guys whom he owns money from, and he was like dragged out, and they were like, okay, give us some money, we're not answering our calls, etc., and he was able to run away. And he has no option because during the ER scene, he met Dr. Kim there. Oh no, Dr. Kim heard what the doctors were talking about, and he knows basically the things he needs to know from this doctor. So he offered him a job, and well, after he was ambushed by those guys that he owns from loan sharks, I guess, he went to the hospital, Dr. Kim's hospital, and he demanded and asked how much money would he pay him, because he needed to pay back, and that's the reason why he's working, because he really needs to pay back the money that he owes. And that's the end of episode 1. If I did forget something, I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best. I just like rambled everything up there from what I remember. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy watching it just as much as I do. And if you have your favorite scenes, are you excited? Do you miss the old actors? Or are you really excited for this new one? What do you expect? Like, let's talk about it in the comment section down below. I am really excited to see what your reactions will be as well. So I hope to see you in the next episode next weekend. I'm gonna watch that. So peace, and I hope that your day is better than mine. Bye guys. Bye.